Hi, Chris. Have a great game, coaches. And here come your Phoenix. See who starts in net today. Colin was not feeling great, had a back injury, wasn't feeling great for the first game. So Kenny got to start. We'll see who starts this game here. Why is it wobbling so much? All right, end of warm up. End of warm up. We're about to get started here. Phoenix taking on the Raleigh Raptors. We played this team before Christmas. And we ended up on 1-1 that weekend. So we'll see how today goes. Phoenix breaks the huddle. We're getting ready to get started here. See who Coach Shell's back with us after he was unable to be the first game today of the commitment. So Coach Shell back on the bench with Coach Fisk and Coach Midas. See who he decides to start in this game 2 of the weekend. We missed the first one. Great game, really good team with the North Carolina Golden Bears. 3-2 loss to your Phoenix, but it was a good game. Unfortunately, we did get up 2-0. Well, not unfortunately, but we did get up 2-0 in that game and then gave up 3 unanswered goals to lose 3-2. But that's a really good Golden Bears team. So good to see the boys play really hard against a good team. So hopefully sets up for a good game today. Looks like we're going to do a pregame handshake today. Pregame handshake here in Raleigh. Looks like Kenny Yon is going to start again today. Looks like no blocker or glove for Molly. So Molly. So Kenny will get the start in net for the second game today. Tim, there's your wife. All right. So it looks like your defensive starters will be Shaw and Sells. Your your starting forwards will be Hendricks, Wilcox, and Moody. And here we're up. Phoenix win the face-off, and they will push the puck up the ice here. Big hit there to start the game. Big hit there. Puck is right there at center ice. Hendricks with the pressure. Raleigh will dump it in. RJ Sells down to that corner there. Hopefully the sight lines are a little better this game. We do have a net in our way, but that's what we got in. Snooty loses the stick, and we're going to have an offside. Offside, 14:28 to play in the first period. Just underway here, 0-0 game. Changes for the Phoenix. Quick change there. I will say last game, some of the shifts got a little long, so I like to see the quick changes here. So Rayal and Shell on, Midas, Dean, and McAfee out right now for your forwards. Puck bounces around. Midas comes out with it. Midas jumps it into the offensive zone. McAfee takes a shot wide right there. And Dean down to the corner. Raleigh comes out with the puck on the head of steam. Nice stick there. Nice forecheck there by Teo. And back the other way. Raleigh with the drive now. 1-on-2. Nice work there. Hey, still got the shot off. 1-on-2, and somebody's got to put a body on him and shut that down there. Don't love to see that. We're going to have another quick change here. So 2 changes in the first minute and 10 seconds of the game. Egan and Gong on for your defense. It looks like Simmons, Redburn, and Trujillo, your forward. Oscar Gong pushes that puck forward and up and off a player on the bench. And we'll have a stoppage here. 13:49 to play in the first period, 0-0 game. Face-off won by Raleigh there, but it's back out of play. Good pressure there by Trujillo. Johan pressuring the puck there. Cody also joined the fight, pressuring that puck. Good work there. Good forecheck. Last couple games, we've got up to a hard start on the forecheck and then kind of slacked off in the second and third period. So hopefully we keep this pressure on the forecheck. Raleigh with a head of steam there. Oscar Gong matching the speed there to break that up. Oscar behind the net. Puck is loose. Oscar again and into the corner. Shot tipped around. That was going to go wide, but luckily tipped and not into the net. And we're going to have changes here. Cody Redburn going off, changing. Trujillo changing as well. And we're going to have a stoppage here. 12:57 to play in the first period. 0-0 game. All right, we're back out with the defensive pair, Shaw and Sells. Forwards are going to be Cunningham, O'Shaughnessy, and Spade. Raleigh's got the puck in the corner. Now it's out. Bounces off a Raleigh player. Spade there to block that off. Raleigh with a nice turn there. Nice head of steam here. And block there. I believe it was O'Shaughnessy that got a stick on that. Forecheck, guys. Pressure. Raleigh sending the puck back and forth. Off a Raleigh player. And down goes a Raleigh player. And Spade comes out with it. Ooh, could have been offside there, but no call. Shot from Spade. Save there. Back into the corner. Spade with the puck now. I believe that is Cunningham back behind the net. Sorry, we got this pole in our way. Out front, Spade couldn't get a stick on it. Blocked, swiped away by a Raleigh defenseman. Spade from the corner. Blocked there. Puck is loose. Raleigh's goalie pushes it to the side. Off the wall. Around the wall. O'Shaughnessy couldn't quite get there. Sells will give chase now. And we're going to have an icing here. Icing and a stoppage. Changes here. All five changing for your Phoenix. RJ Sells, Sammy Rayo out. And for your forwards, Knox Smoody, Caleb Wilcox, and Alex Hendricks. Face off here. Won by the Phoenix. Sent back there to Shell. Shell had three Raleigh players on him. Not a lot he could do there. Rayo under pressure as well. Rayo sends it up to Hendricks. Hendricks off the wall and sends it into the offensive zone. Smoody gives chase. Wilcox there to cut that off and dump it back in. Wilcox there with some pressure. Raleigh enters the offensive zone. Kenny swipes that away to his right. Around behind the net. Ryder. Ryder sends it up. Wilcox sends it out of the zone. And Smoody forechecking. Give pressure there. Great job, Noxie. Great job there. Oh, miscommunication there on your defense. Sammy and Ryder there. Not sure who was going after that puck. A hot potato action. Nice hit there from Wilcox to break that puck, move that guy off the puck. And it's out of the zone. Forward out to Alex Hendricks. Wilcox there as well. Smoody breaks that up. Alex is out of the zone. Alex back door pass and it chases it down. There is Smoody. Ryder Shell joins his offensive zone. And Sammy backpedaling here. Nice stick there by Sammy to move that puck into the corner. Puck in the middle there. Nothing going. 10:27 to play in the first period. 0-0 game here at the, I don't know the name of this rink. Someplace in Raleigh, Wake Forest, North Carolina. Stoppage here. 10:21 to play. 0-0 game. Changes for the Phoenix. Gong and Egan on for your defense. That is going to be McAfee. I can't think who the other four is. Like Colton Dean. It is Colton Dean and Owen Midas. Not Chris Midas. Be weird if Chris Midas is out there playing. But Owen Midas ran there. Sends it forward there. Speaking of Midas, over to him and then over to Dean. Dean takes into the zone, loses the puck. Midas there to pick it up. Shot. Oh, nice save, goalie. Up and out of play. Nice save there by the Raleigh goalie. Nice shot there from Midas to put it on net. And 10:01 to play in the first period. 0-0 game. No changes here for your Phoenix. So skate the same five. Egan, Gong, Dean, Midas, and McAfee. Raleigh wins that and bursts through the line there. I don't know what number that is. 14 for Raleigh. He's very fast. He gets a step on him almost every time. Egan. Whew, I thought he might get called there. So no call there. And Phoenix will press the puck up the near wall. Gong with a head of steam. Broken up there by Raleigh. And Raleigh back the other way. In through the neutral zone. Raleigh picks that puck up on the far wall. Raleigh looking, trying to set something up. Sends it back to the defenseman. Broken up there. A little tangle there by Raleigh. And puck skates loose. Egan pokes it forward. Nice work, Egan. McAfee with the drive. He'll send it up, working to get that puck deep in the corner there. McAfee behind the wall, trying to get that knocked away there by Dean. And number 14 again for Raleigh with a head of steam. Good defense. Shot saved by Kenny. Nice save, Kenny. Dean pressuring here. Phoenix looking for a change. It will get, thought we were going to have a change, but broken up there. Phoenix going to Redburn in along with Simmons for your forwards. Dean checking out now. Shaw and Sells on for your defense. Trujillo also joining the forwards here. Riley comes out with the puck. So far at Phoenix, I don't think they've got about 2 shots about halfway through the period. Not quite. Riley with a head of steam shot. Blocker save there, or pad save there by Kenny. Kenny playing his second game in the afternoon. Simmons with the head of steam. Simmons looking, backhand off the goalie. Simmons regains control of the puck. He centers it. And the net is off. Net is off. Stoppage here. 8:06 to play in the first period. 0-0 game. No changes coming here for the Phoenix. Shaw and Sells on the defensive blue line. Redburn, Simmons, and Trujillo your forwards. Simmons puck gets batted around. Loose shot. Oh, just high. Good opportunity there for your Phoenix. Redburn behind the net doing work, and that puck comes out to Shaw. Shaw will dump it back in. Nice work. Puck is loose. RJ Sells with a head of steam. Got a good angle on this puck. RJ will chop it down. Nice hit there to clean that up. Shaw, go get it. Shaw protecting the goalie. I guess that's what he's supposed to do. But RJ with another big hit there. And Simmons will come out to the puck. Simmons dumps it in, giving chase here. RJ with a head of steam coming all the way from the defensive end. Gathers that puck, wraps it back around the wall. Redburn, puck gets past Redburn, and Shaw will pick up this puck around the defensive blue line. Shaw looking, got no time. Nice move there. Loses an edge. Shaw will send it up and out of play, and we'll get a change here for the Phoenix. Forwards are changing. Defensemen are staying. Raleigh will pick it up. Jackson Spade on the attack here. Jackson looking. Shot. Block there. Rebound. Puck is loose. Goalie save. Nice save, goalie. So your forwards are now Jackson Spade, Lorenzo O'Shaughnessy, and DC Cunningham. Your defensemen are Sammy Rayo and RJ Sells. I'm sorry, Ryder Shell. I don't know why I fumble those names so much. I know both those kids really well. So that is Ryder Shell, not RJ Sells. All right, so Lorenzo picks up the puck. Quick shot there from Jackson, batted up in the air. Goalie with a nice save there. DC trying to do work in front of the net. DC sends it back below the red line. Into the corner here. Puck is out front. Nothing going on. O'Shaughnessy sends it back out to DC. DC looking. DC will send it out to Sammy. Sammy, the shot from the point, just high there. Trying to get the tip with Jackson right in front of the net. Nice work, boys. Keep the pressure up. 6:25 to play in the first period. 0-0 game. No penalties on either team thus far. Jackson going back to the front of the net. 2 Phoenix players down low. Centering pass to Jackson. Puck is batted around. Puck is loose. DC will turn and burn into the corner there. Phoenix got to be looking for a change here. Jackson Spade into the corner. Now back around. Raleigh keeping that puck. Phoenix able to keep that puck in. Oh, big hit there. Who was that? I believe that was DC took a big hit. Samuel gathers the puck. He's looking. He's going to get ahead of steam, and he's going to enter the offensive zone. Sammy drives wide. He's looking. He'll send it back here. Somebody drop back and help Ryder out. He's all alone. Alex Hendricks is checking in for your forwards. Jackson Spade checked out. Puck is loose. Still loose. Backhand. Go! Lorenzo O'Shaughnessy cleaning up the shot. Backhanded rebound goal. 1-0 good guys here. 5:23 to play in the first period. Nice shot, Lorenzo. Nice setup, boys. Great pressure. I believe that is second goal of the year for Lorenzo O'Shaughnessy. And the Phoenix will take the 1-0 lead. 5:23 to play in the first period. Changes here for the Phoenix. Wilcox, Smoody, and Hendricks are forwards. Your defensemen are going to be Egan and Gong. All right, Raleigh setting up in the defensive zone for them. Puck off the mark there. Got to watch 14. He's big, fast, and physical. Offside there. Offside. 5:03 to play in the first period. 1-0 Phoenix. No periods, or no periods. No penalties on either team thus far through the first period. Phoenix had a lot of pressure there in that last shift. Let's see if they can keep that up with this shift. All right, puck batted around, and Knox Moody will come out with that. Knox takes a beating every game. Bless him. All right, so Egan turns and bounces it off the wall up to Knox. Knox and Wilcox there and batted away by Raleigh. Egan will get the puck down deep in the far corner and send it back along the wall there. Knox will get it and send it up to Wilcox. Wilcox, ooh, nice look there. Wilcox and Knox, Moody have been working well together so far today. Hendricks hit off the puck and he'll send it off. Turnover there. Gong, great effort, Oscar. Great effort, buddy. Shot batted away there by Kenny. He pushes it to his right. Knox Moody will come out with that puck. Moody. Hendricks will push it forward. And it's forecheck here from Alex Hendricks. Alex will apply pressure there. Nice move there. Hendricks goes down. Not sure. I just seen out of the corner. I'm not sure if he got hit or if he lost an edge, but we got a little bit of entanglement there. And Phoenix getting some changes here. Defensemen are staying. Wilcox still out there. Dean and McAfee checking in. Somebody go get it. Got to communicate, guys. All right, so up forward to Teo McAfee. McAfee giving chase. Somebody go with him. Wilcox checking out and Midas checking in. So Midas in. Shaw also in for your defenseman. This should be an icing here. Icing is the call. Gong will check out and RJ Sells will check in for your defense. Forwards are going to remain Midas, McAfee, and Dean. Face-off will take place in the Phoenix offensive zone on the goalie's right. Face-off one there, back out to RJ. So RJ will take a shot. Ooh, just a bit high. Keep shooting that puck, RJ. Nice rip there. Puck batted around. Dean dumps it in and an offsides. Offsides on the Phoenix. 3:10 to play in the first period. 1-0 Phoenix. No changes here for Phoenix. 3:10 to play. Puck among all four forwards there. And sent in by, I believe that was Dean, got a puck, finally got a stick on that to send it in. All right, RJ Sells gives chase here. This puck squirts into the offensive zone of the defensive zone of Phoenix. And RJ with the head of steam. RJ going to bring the puck out. Go, RJ, go. RJ, look, takes a shot, blast. He blasts it from the point. There, go! Rebound, goal by, I believe that was Owen Midas. Assist to RJ Sells. Owen Midas makes this a 2-0 game, 2:38 to play in the first period. RJ on the shot, rebound by Midas. 2-0 Phoenix. Let's keep the pressure up, boys. This is how the first game started. Let's not back down now. Changes for the Phoenix. Shell and Rayo, Trujillo, Simmons, and Redburn are your players here. All right, so Shell there locking his man down. 14 from Raleigh is really good. He's everything, does everything well. Ryder did a great job locking him down. Puck is batted up in the air. Ryder comes up with that puck, sends it over to Sammy. Sammy up to Redburn. And Raleigh will reset here, and they'll go D to D, send it through the offensive zone, and clear it out. Ryder there, up to Trujillo. Trujillo passes it up to Simmons. Simmons into the offensive zone and out. Raleigh trying to put some plays together here to get something going, and we'll have an offside. 1:51 to play in the first period. 2-0 Phoenix. Doesn't it look like we're going to have any changes here? Simmons gets tripped up. No call there. I'm not sure. I think he just got his feet tangled. Probably a good no call, even though I wouldn't mind a power play here. On the wall there, Ryder and Trujillo throwing bodies around. Cody Redburn will come out with it, dumps it in. Cody with a head of steam. Hit off, and this is going to be interference, I believe, will be the call. Interference is the call. Phoenix will go on the power play for pretty much the rest of this period here, unless we get a goal. So Phoenix go on the power play. Your power play line is going to be. See who Coach Shell sends out for the power play line. Going to be Wilcox, Rael, Cunningham, Spade, and Midas will be your power play line here. It looks like Cunningham and Rael will be your defensemen on the power play line. See if the Phoenix can't notch another goal here. 2-minute power play. I don't know if this is the Carolina League rule or what, but another 2-minute power play. Uh, in our league, it's usually 1:30, so I'm not sure if that's a Carolina thing or what, but we'll take the 2 minutes. Looking, sends it out to Cunningham. Cunningham looks. Shot. Ooh, I thought that was going in. Nice look there. Keep that up, guys. Screen that goalie. 1:13 to play in first period. 1:44 to go on the penalty. So since it is a 2-minute penalty, it will follow into the second period unless we get a goal here. Referee blows the whistle. Stop here. Looks like the net's having some trouble, so they're going to try to get some water applied to ice that net into place. Typically not successful, but A for effort there, stripes. All right, face-off set to take place here. No changes, same power play 5 here for the Phoenix into the corner. Cunningham. Rayo comes out and dumps it back into Cunningham. Cunningham looks. Cunningham. Midas goes forward. Shot. Oh, just wide. What a setup. Beautiful setup, DC. And he will dump it back to centering pass over to Midas. Midas, 53 seconds to play in the period. 1-0. And Raptors are going to get a breakout here on a shorthanded goal. Wisely rather. Pulled short there to kill some of this power play off. The smart move, he probably wasn't going to get a quality shot up. And back come the Phoenix on a 2-on-2. Now a 3-on-2 as DC joins the fight. 3-on-2 breakout. Wilcox drives wide. He's going to look toward the center. Wilcox looks, takes a shot. High and wide there. Midas into the corner. 22 seconds left to go in the period. I believe that is Cunningham with the puck. Sammy Reyes sends it back over to Cunningham. Back to Sammy. Bouncing puck. Sammy does a great job corralling that thing. He'll take the shot from the point. Goalie save. Nice cover, goalie. 8.5 seconds to go in the period. 39 seconds to go in the Phoenix power play. RJ Sells checks in for this power play. Or Midas going off. Oh, RJ couldn't quite come up with that one. Is that bouncing puck? Sammy takes a shot from the point, and the goalie's chest. Puck is loose. Go, Phoenix! RJ Sells cleans that one up. Sammy with the shot and the assist. RJ cleans it up. 3-0 Phoenix here. Power play goal. In 0-0. I'm not 100% sure he got that off. But the referees, believe, are going to give him the goal. Not sure if he got that off in time, but luckily for the Phoenix, there's no replay here. Referee's talking to the timekeeper right now. All right, so looks like the goal is going to stand here, although the referees are going over and talking. Looks like going to talk to the coaches here. So far, as of now, the goal is still on the board. So I assume the goal is going to stand here. Had some time clock issues, but still 3-0 on the scoreboard. So that's what we're going with. Almost the end of the second period. If you're not aware, we will be in Detroit next weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday games. So I do believe I'll have the call for all those games. So make sure you tune in Saturday, Sunday, and Monday next weekend. And we are live from the Motor City with I believe what will be our last tournament of the year, unless we could talk our wonderful team manager and coach into adding a tournament in March. But we'll try to apply that peer pressure at a later date. All right, face off, batted around there. Shaw and Sells, your defenseman to start this. Shaw dumps it off the wall. Redburn, Simmons, and Johan, your forward to start the second period here. Phoenix got a 3-0 lead there in the first period. Nice hit there by RJ. Puck is loose. Kenny with a nice save, swiped away there by Shaw. Shaw is sent high up off the glass and did not quite get out of the zone. I was looking for the puck. Now it's out of the zone. Raptors bring it into the zone. Nice work there by Trujillo. And tap forward by Cody Redburn. Trujillo does a great job of holding up and delaying there while his player got out of the zone. Around behind the wall, Trujillo will pick it up. Trujillo looking more. He's going to send it out. Well, I thought he was, but I think Raleigh got there first. Now Raleigh sends the puck into the neutral zone, and he will dump it in there. RJ Sells chasing it in the corner. Now Shaw will pick it up behind the wall. I don't think Shaw knew that guy was there, but RJ is there to help out. RJ sends it up to Trujillo, now into the offensive zone. Raleigh gathers the puck. D to D there. Nice hit there. And we're going to have a penalty upcoming here. I believe that'll be a penalty on Cody Redburn for roughing, I believe. I think it was on Cody. I kind of seen a dude go flying out of the corner of my eye, but did not see the hit. No, that will be on Johan Trujillo. Sorry, my fault. My fault. Just seen a player go flying, did not really see he made the call. So my fault on that. But regardless, Phoenix to go on the penalty kill for the first time this game. 2-minute penalties here in Carolina. So 22-minute penalty kill for your Phoenix for the first time in this game. And we will get ready. Your penalty kill line is going to be Gong and Egan on your defense, and Smoody and Wilcox your forwards. Raleigh trying to set something up. That nice stick there by Chip to bat that thing away. Raleigh able to keep it in the zone though. Raleigh puck gets out of the zone there. Nice work by Wilcox to fight through that. Raleigh clears the zone, looking. Defense takes a shot, blocked there. Puck is loose, shot and wide. Bodies flying in front of the net. Shot there. Kenny will cover. Kenny will cover that puck. Nice cover, Kenny. 13 minutes exactly to play in the second period. 3-0 Phoenix. Changes for the Phoenix here. Real and Shell will be your defensemen. Midas and Dean will be your forwards on this penalty kill. 124 on the penalty kill here for the Phoenix. All right, Sammy Real gets it. He'll get the puck up to Midas. Midas, great job getting that out of there. This will kill off a good 20 seconds off of this power play for them. Got there, shorthanded shot. Midas with a great opportunity there. Sammy will keep it in, dump it in. We're going to kill off a lot of this penalty here on this. Midas able to apply some pressure. Raleigh able to get it up and out. Oh, turnover there, not quite out. Great job, Dean. Great job, boys. Killing off about 30 seconds in there. Now Raleigh back the other way. They're looking shot wide. Great job, Kenny, setting that up, making him shoot that wide. Raleigh out of the zone now. That guy is not out. Now that'll kill off another 5 seconds there. They're down to 38 seconds to go on the power play for Raleigh. They are, I'm not sure they know they're on the power play. They're wasting time in their own D zone. Now, head of steam there. Great stick by Dean. And the puck will come out of the zone. They will have to clear again. Great penalty kill here so far for the Phoenix. And that'll be a offside 19 seconds to go on the penalty kill for the Phoenix. 11:55 to go in the second period. Shaw and Sells will check in for your defense. Cunningham, Spade will check in for your forwards. Cunningham set to take this face off. One sends it back to Sells. Sells will send it over to Shaw. Shaw will get the puck out of the zone. That should kill off the majority of this penalty here. Great job. Raleigh trying to set up one last run, 6 seconds in the power play. Great stick there by Cunningham. Cunningham sends it over. RJ Sells will kill it out. Great job. Great penalty kill, boys. Trujillo out of the box, and O'Shaughnessy checks in. RJ Sells will send it up. Puck is out of the zone. Phoenix back to full strength here. Cunningham cuts to the middle. Nice cut there. He's such a smooth skater. Cunningham sends it toward the net. O'Shaughnessy gives chase down deep into the corner. Shaw and Spay also along this near wall. RJ Sells sitting in the middle of the ice on defense. Raleigh around behind the net. Nice cut there. Raleigh will send it across ice in through the neutral zone, into the offense zone. Shot wide of the net. RJ Sells will pick it up and send it up to Spade. Spade can't quite get it out of the zone. Shot there. And Cunningham will get there. Shaw as well. And I believe that's Spade there. Some hands to the face there going on. No call. Jackson Spade with an opportunity here. Jackson with a shot. Puck goes high. I thought it was going to float in there for a second. Jackson Spade behind the net will push the puck around. Cunningham as well. Shaw will give chase here. Make a talk, boys. Communicate. Shaw will get it. Send it over to RJ Sells. RJ will send it through the middle and up. Lorenzo O'Shaughnessy applying pressure here, and that should be an icing. Icing here. 10:13 to play in the second period. 3-0 Phoenix. All right, face off one by the Phoenix. Sends it back. Can't quite gather that. But great job, Oscar. Cut that off. Hit there. No calls. Not quite sure that shouldn't have been a penalty, but we skate on here. 3-0 Phoenix here. 9:58 to play in the second period. High stick. No call there as the Phoenix goes next to catch the puck. Oscar Gong gathers that puck. He'll send it over to Wilcox, who sends it up. Moody on a drive. He'll go wide. Hendricks goes in front of the net. So it's Hendricks, Wilcox, and Smoody are forward. Egan and Gong are defensemen behind the net. Hendricks trying to get something going. Hendricks centers it. Shot. Oh, just wide for Wilcox. Now Smoody behind the net. He'll center it. Shot. Puck is loose. Swiped away by Raleigh there. And I'm sorry, I thought he swiped away, but goalie covered it. Stoppage here with 9:25 to play in the second period. 3-0 Phoenix. Does not look like we will have any changes for the Phoenix here. So it'll be Gong and Egan, your defense, Smoody, Wilcox, and Hendricks, your forwards. Puck is loose. Smoody gets it. Shot, quick shot there. Nice quick shot, Smoody. Stoppage 9:18 to play. 3-0 Phoenix. A really solid game so far for the Phoenix. All right, puck is loose. Raleigh gets it into the neutral zone, sends it, centers it, and can't quite get a stick on it. Sends it out, and Caleb Wilcox with some speed here. Drives wide. Smoody cuts to the middle. Wilcox Good defense there by Raleigh. Hit there out to Wilcox, or excuse me, Hendricks. Hendricks sends it back behind the net to Wilcox. Out front, Smoothie's got a stick on it, can't quite get a shot off. And Phoenix or Raleigh will clear the puck. Dong gets it. Dong will send it in. Ooh, they're going to call an offside. Close, but probably the right call there. So Phoenix changing here. Sammy Rayau and Ryder Shell will check in for your defensive forwards. They're going to be Cody Redburn, Simmons, and Trujillo. Center ice face off here. Not really sure why they're taking this face off at center ice, but they didn't ask my opinion. And face off one by the Phoenix there. Sammy will gather that puck and send it up. Not quite get it out. Puck is floating in the air. No harm, no foul there. Back behind the net. Sammy tips that thing. Ryder Shell back behind the net as well. Puck is on the net, and they're going to blow it dead. 8:27 to play in the second period. 3-0 Phoenix. All right, all right. Behind the net, Sammy will send it high up off the glass. Along the rail there, that puck is just going along there. And out of the zone, Trujillo will gather and applying pressure is Cody Redburn. Nice forecheck, Cody. Thomas Simmons there as well. Raleigh back with the puck. They'll enter the offense zone and dumping in below the red line. Puck is around the wall. Ryder Shell picks it up in the far corner, sends it out. Trujillo to the center, battered around. Nice stick there, Cody. Rayau, nice hit, Cody. So Rayau sent it around the wall. Raleigh got the puck behind the net. Bouncing around. Thomas Simmons comes out with it. He'll get it out of the zone and ahead of steam. We're going to have a penalty upcoming here. I'm not really sure what the penalty was. I'm not sure if they called a slash or maybe interference. Going to have a hooking penalty. Hooking penalty here on Raleigh. Phoenix will go on the power play. Let's see who Coach Shell sends out for this Phoenix power play. 7:30 to play in the second period, rather. 7:30 to play in the second period. 3-0 Phoenix. Full 2-minute power play here. Again, this must be a Carolina thing. Both games today we've had 2-minute penalties. Not something we normally see at this level, so interesting twist there. But Coach Shell is going to send out Rayau and Smoothie for your defensive forwards are going to be Jackson Spade, Wilcox, and DC Cunningham. The puck batted around. Wilcox will get the puck. Shot, save, puck is loose, batted around, goalie covered. Nice save, goalie. 7:19 to play, 1:50 to go. 7:19 to play in the second period, 1:50 to go in this power play. So we'll reset, and we'll do it all again from the other face-off dot. Wilcox set to take this face-off. Sends it to his right, battling along the wall there. Sends it out to DC Cunningham. Cunningham will send it over to Rayo. One-timer. A little foul tip there. Rayo regathers the puck. He'll take the shot wide. Jackson Spade gathers it. He's looking. Send that cross ice. Nope. He's going to put it in deep and bat it away. Raleigh did a good job getting a stick on it there. DC will send it back in. Cunningham, or excuse me, that is Wilcox behind the net. Wilcox over to Smoody. Smoody in that near corner here. Hard to get a view of that. Smoody will send it up and leave it for Sammy. Sammy sends it around the wall. Cunningham picks it up on the other side. Puck is loose. Jackson Spade will come up with it. Jackson will take the shot. Block there from Raleigh. Nice block. Jackson has it behind the net. Jackson will send it up. Smoody looking 52 seconds ago on this power play. Back up to Jackson behind the net. Jackson gathers it. He'll send it out to Sammy Rayau. Sammy will send it back behind the net to Jackson. Jackson gathers it 41 seconds ago on the power play. Smoody's going to have this. Nope, sends it back out to Sammy. Sammy's going to fight it off back to Smoody between his feet. Wilcox, he's got the puck. Jackson Spade now got it all alone behind the corner. Centering pass. Can't quite put that one home. And Raleigh back the other way. Raleigh's got one man to beat. He's got Sammy Real, who does a great job on defense there. Center shot, goal. Short-handed goal for Raleigh. They'll cut this lead to 3-1 with 5:42 to play. Short-handed goal for Raleigh. So I may be forgetting one, but I do believe that is the first short-handed goal the Phoenix have given up this season. But I may be forgetting one. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. So we stay on the power play here for 13 seconds. Midas, Dean, and McAfee your forwards. Shaw and Sells your defenseman. Into the corner. Shaw got to the pack. Shaw's looking. Take the shot. Shot wide. Loose. All right, and that kills off the penalty with 5:27 to play in the second period. 3-1 Phoenix. 3-1 Phoenix. Midas will take this face off. Dean to his left. I forget who's to his right. I can't see it. Dean picks it up. Shot. High there. Dean's got it. RJ Sells sends it toward the net. Goes just wide. Shaw will be there to keep this in. Puck is loose. Dean goes forward with it. Midas with a shot. Puck swiped away there by Raleigh. Dean sends it below the red line. Back out. To, I can't. Is that McAfee? That is McAfee. Oh, just high. Great setup by McAfee there. Just a bit high. Shaw unable to get to that one. Just a bit outside his reach. Shaw dump it back in. And turnover there. Raleigh picks it up. He'll dump it into the far corner. RJ Sells go down. Shaw will fight to keep that one off there. Raleigh gets the puck behind the net. Puck loose there. Great job, RJ. RJ loses an edge and goes down. Puck is loose. Shaw, go get that, RJ, into the corner. Shaw doing work there in front of the net, keeping that stick off the ice. Shot toward the net. And now back the other way. Nice block there. I'm not sure who got that block. It might have been, I don't know, 78. Might have been Midas. I'm not sure. But they'll clear the puck here. 4:11 to play in the second period. 3-1 Phoenix. Phoenix, we're doing a great job getting some pressure in. Not so much the last shift or two. Puck is loose. RJ Sells will pick that up. Send it over to Shaw. Shaw will wrap it around. Shaw looks. And he'll send it up to Midas. Midas will dump it in. Elbow there. No call from the ref. Probably, a little high, but I don't mind the no call there. Into the corner. Raleigh gets it out. Nice stick there by Colton Dean. Raleigh enters the zone. A couple hits there from RJ Sells. RJ will send it up to Teo McAfee. Teo McAfee in the lift. Teo now regathers himself, regains control, and he'll enter the zone. Teo sends it back out. Shaw sends it over to Sells. A little rust on that pass there. Puck is loose in the neutral zone. Simmons now checks in for your forwards. Simmons gets in. McAfee looks like he's going for a change. Simmons will go deep in that corner. McAfee changing. Redburn checks in along with Egan for your defense. Dean checks out. Who's that? Johan checks in and Shaw checks out with Gong checking in. So your current line with 2:50 to play in the second period. Current line is Egan and Gong, your defenseman. Redburn, Simmons, and Trujillo, your forwards. Back behind the net there. Chip gives chase. Raleigh with an opportunity here. Drives wide. Cody Redburn does a great job fighting for that puck. Tip Egan there. Stick. Puck is loose. Tip high. Out of play off the net. 2:18 to play. 3-1 Phoenix. Hope you all at home are enjoying the comfort of your warmth and your hot chocolate. Maybe a little alcoholic beverage if you do. All right, Cody Redburn out front there. Tipped around. Puck is loose. Oscar Gong does a good job. Puck is sent wide of the net. Trujillo into the corner along with Simmons. Gong sends it around up to Trujillo. Communication, guys. All right, so Raleigh overskates the puck. Simmons up to Redburn. Redburn, puck weird angle there and can't control that. Simmons, nice stick to knock him off there. Chip Egan with some going into the near wall, sends it up off the wall out of the zone. Raleigh don't need to clear. They had to pull back. Great look there by Raleigh to not getting offsides on their part. 1:37 to play in the second period, 3-1 Phoenix. Puck is loose out in front of the net. Raleigh comes out with it. He's looking, nice turn there. Sends it to D. Wide open net lane. Shot high and wide. Back out to the D. Gonna rip it again. Nope, can't quite control that. And the Phoenix will get it out of the zone. Redburn gets it. Redburn dumps it up to Simmons, who will get a change here. No change, guys. Bad time for a change. Raleigh now. All right, so no harm, no foul there. Chip Egan with a head of steam. Go, Chip, go! Chip's looking backhand. Puck is loose there. Jackson Spade into the game with O'Shaughnessy. Defensemen remain the same. Cunningham checks in for your forward. Sure, the defense is going to look for a change as soon as they can. O'Shaughnessy, O'Shaughnessy already tallied one today. Had a good look there. Knocked away by Raleigh. Jackson Spade behind the net. Jackson sends it around. Cunningham out. Egan there as well. Raleigh, nice stick there by Jackson to knock that back. 23 seconds to play in the second period. 3-1 Phoenix. Back this way. Tip, no icing call. These defensemen have got to be gassed. They've been out there. Oh, big hit. Tip takes a big hit. We're going to have a penalty here. So Phoenix will start the third period on the penalty. I'm not sure what the call was, but Phoenix will go on the power play. They're going to call roughing. Roughing on Raleigh. So 6 seconds to play in the second period. We'll finish this period, and then we will have a minute 54 on power play for the third period. Last time we were on the power play, we gave up a shorthanded goal. Hopefully the Phoenix are not in that mindset this time. All right, so the power play line is going to be, I believe that's Owen Midas in the corner, Rayal, Cunningham, Wilcox, and Dean. Rayal sends it back, 2 seconds, shot, save, covered. All right, so we'll end the second period here. Phoenix give up a goal. They also tally a goal in the second period, so 3-1 Phoenix. We'll have a third period ahead of us. 1:54 on the power play for the third period to start here. Again, if you missed it earlier, if you haven't heard yet, we will be in Detroit next weekend. Tournament starting Saturday. We have one game Saturday. I believe it's I think the time may be changing on that Saturday game, but we do have a game Saturday. Sunday, we will have 2 games. And then Monday will be determined by how well the team does over those first 3 games. That is for next weekend. Let's try to focus on getting a win here in this game and then one tomorrow morning. We do have a game tomorrow. I believe it is at 10 a.m., 10:30. I think it is 10:30 if memory serves tomorrow morning. So if you're heading to church in the morning, if you could say a little shout out that we survived Detroit, maybe even win that tournament. A little prayer for winning a tournament. Never hurt anybody, right? All right, third period about to get underway. 1:54 on the power play to start this third period. I like the full 2-minute power plays or penalties here in the Carolina League. I'm curious if I'm guessing not a mistake since today's game feels the same way as the second game today. Full 2-minute power plays instead of the normal minute 30 that we were used to. All right, we're about to drop the puck here. Same lines, Rayal, Cunningham, Dean, Wilcox, and Midas to start this third period on the power play for your Phoenix. Not sure what the holdup is unless they can't get the music to turn off. All right, we're underway. Dean gets it in there. Dean takes a shot. Goalie save there wide, knocks it wide. Big hit there. on, I believe that was Wilcox in the corner. Puck bounces up in the air. I believe that's still Wilcox with the 8s in the corner. Wilcox and Cunningham. Wilcox behind. He'll send it around the wall to 78. Midas, and a whiff. All right, so puck is thrown up in the air. Raleigh will clear this out. And icing. Icing on Raleigh is cannot ice the puck at 14U under USA hockey rules. 16U, you can ice the puck, but not 14U. So those of you moving up next year can look forward to being able to ice the puck on the penalty kill. All right, no changes here for the Phoenix. 1:23 to go on this power play. 14:28 to play in the third period. 3-1 Phoenix. Puck sent back here. Sammy Rail gathers it. Rail sends it up to Cunningham. Cunningham should have took that shot earlier. He had that wide open while the goalie was moving. Opportunity there. All right, so Wilcox behind the net sends it up to Cunningham. Cunningham sends it over to Rayo. Rayo will push it back to Cunningham into that corner. Rayo, or Cunningham rather, with the shot. 14:05 to play in the third period. 3-1 Phoenix. 1 minute to go on this power play. 1 minute to go on power play. Cunningham looking. He'll send it back to Wilcox. Wilcox behind the net. He'll get a shot. Nothing going there. Saved, covered by the goalie. Last stop goalie. All right, so no change here for the Phoenix. 48 seconds to go on the power play. Does look like Midas will drop back to defense, and Cunningham will move forward. Cunningham sends it over to Rayo. Rayo looking shot. I think that was tipped before it got to the goalie. Midas gathers that puck, sends it back to Sammy. Sammy trying to get a clear lane. Back to Midas. Midas centers it. Skates through there. DC Cunningham sends it out to Sammy. 31 seconds to go on the power play. Sammy sends it over to Cunningham. Cunningham looks. Shot. Center shot. Midas with a great look there. Good save, goalie. Back behind the net to Wilcox. Wilcox will send it out to Cunningham. Cunningham skates to the center, sends it back to Wilcox. 13 seconds on the power play here. Wilcox will take it out to Cunningham. Cunningham cuts. No line, no sight there. Nice shield. Puck is loose. Batted behind the net, and that'll do it for this Phoenix power play. I think we are 0 for 2 on power play, maybe 0 for 3. So Raleigh back to full strength. Centering pass. Cunningham gathers it, centers it. Midas gets it on the far wall. Puck gets out of the offensive zone. Sammy Rayo fighting for that puck there. Raleigh will come out with that. And shot. I got to turn the camera. My fault, folks. All right. So great opportunity there from Raleigh. Good battle. And luckily, Kenny was able to deflect that shot high. Big hit there from Raleigh. Checking in for your defense here is Shell and Sells. So RJ Sells, Ryder Shell. That's a tongue twister. Back out on the defensive blue line together. I believe they started the season as a pair. So, all right, Smoody, Hendricks, and Simmons are forward here. 12:09 to play in the third period. RJ Sells with the head of steam. RJ going to take the puck through the middle. He will take the shot. Woo! That got on the goalie. Quick kick save there. Kick save. That got there quicker than he thought it would. If RJ elevated that may have went in. If he was with a quick shot. All right, so 11:52 to play in the third period. 3-1. Phoenix to be a face-off in the Phoenix offensive zone. No changes here for the Phoenix. Hendricks to the left. Smoody to the right. Simmons takes the face-off. RJ Sells gets that puck. RJ Sells and Ryder Shell, your defenseman. We'll reset and we'll do it all again here with 11:47 to play in the game. Puck sent back to RJ. RJ will send it up off the wall. Puck is behind the net. Raleigh gathers it. And they will send it up out of the zone. Ryder Shell able to keep that in. Nice work, Ryder. Now it's out of the zone. Smoody giving chase. Good forecheck here, Smoody. We need to keep that up. Keep up that pressure even late in the game. Puck is loose. Pat right there on the blue line. Riley comes out with it. They've got a 2-on-5. They'll peel it back, and Snooty will gather that puck. Offside to call. Stoppage here. 11:10 to play in the third period. The defensive pair is going to be Shaw and Sells. The forwards are going to be Jackson Spades on the left. Center will be Cunningham. You're on the right will be O'Shaughnessy. Puck sent forward there. O'Shaughnessy giving chase along with Spade. Spade along this near wall. Puck sent D to D there. And DC Cunningham with a great effort there to cut that off. Jackson Spade will drive in. Sends it back to Raleigh Raptor there to cut off that pass. Riley dumps it in. RJ Sells thought about it for a second, but wisely decided not to deliver that hit as there probably would have been a penalty. All right, so puck bouncing loose. Cunningham skates through the middle, picks it up there. Jackson Spade able to keep that puck in. Great job, Jackson. Puck is loose right around the blue line. Jackson comes out with it, knocked away by Raleigh. Wyatt Shaw picked that puck up, send it over to RJ. RJ will dump it in, take the shot, and send it in. Hard into that corner. RJ Sells checking out now. He's been on the ice for that last shift as well. Jackson Spade centers. Oh, took the shot. Thought he was going to center. Oscar Gong checking in with Wyatt Shaw. Wyatt Shaw able to keep that in. Great work. Great effort there, Wyatt. Jackson Spade behind the net. We'll get that puck. It is loose. Jackson working there behind the net. Sends it around there. Simmons checks in off the head there. Great way to use your head, O'Shaughnessy. Shot. Save. All right. So Shaw will check out. Chip Egan will check in for your defense, bringing their pair back together, Gong and Egan. Simmons, Redburn, and Trujillo your forwards here. With Teo back, who's mixed up these lines a little bit. So back out to Chip Egan. Chip Egan sends it toward the net, wide of the net, into the far corner. Gong sends it up. Tied up, sends it toward the net, blocked there by Raleigh. Gong will send it back up at the wall, into the zone, but offsides. Offsides, 9:24 to play in the game, 3-1 Phoenix. Not time to let up, boys. Not a time to let up. 2-goal lead. Let's add another one here. All right, Simmons. Simmons does a great job with these faceoffs. He'll send it in. Puck is loose. Simmons will gather the puck. Trujillo. Nice job being patient there by the forward. Like Trujillo got into the zone. Puck is loose right in front of the net. Couldn't get a call. Oscar Gong leaves the net. Now it's a 2-on-1. Chip. Shot. Ooh, great look there from Raleigh. Fortunately for the Phoenix, unable to connect. They did not dial long distance. Nobody was home. Nice stick there by Trujillo. Cody Redburn comes out of there with a head of steam. He'll get it. He's got a 1-on-1 shot with the goalie shot. Oh, he just sends it high. Cody had a great opportunity, sent that thing Snoop Dogg. And we'll skate with 8:36 to play in the third period. 3-1 Phoenix. Changes here, Midas, McAfee, and Dean on for your forwards. Same defensive pair, Gong and Eden. Dean with a shot. We got a case of the highs right now. Egan takes a shot. Batted down there by Raleigh. Got a stick on that. Dean chops that one down. Dean with another head of steam into the zone. Dean shot. Another high shot. Worked out for us once today. Puck is behind the net, sitting back there. Dean will get it. Middle of the ice, nobody home. Chip Egan cuts him off. Raleigh looking to center that. Nobody home. Chip will get it, and he'll come out of there with a head of steam. Puck gets batted away. Midas comes up with it. Midas drops it. And all right, so back the other way. Raleigh's got it. He'll dump it in. He had a 1-on-2. Egan will get it, wrap it around the wall. on that near wall here. A couple players doing work, shot toward the net. Kenny swipes that away. 7:33 to play in the third period. 3-1 Phoenix. I know these defensemen are got to be looking for a change. They've been out there for a little while now. Shot from beyond the blue line. The chip hits the goalie in the chest, and we have a stoppage here with 7:23 to play in the game. 3-1 Phoenix. Changes for your Phoenix. Sammy Rail and Ryder Shell will be your defensive pairing. Alex Hendricks, Caleb Wilcox, and Knox Moody will be your forwards. Sent deep into that corner. Knox doing work there. Wilcox and Knox Moody along with Hendricks there. Deep in the zone. Hendricks with a hit there. Puck is loose. Shell gets off of Ryder's stick over to Sammy. They're waiting for the zone to clear. Sammy tries to clear it, and the puck bounces up in the air. Raleigh shot. Saved there by Kenny. I'm sorry, guys. I did not turn the camera, but trust me, Kenny had a great save. 3-1 Phoenix, 6:56 to play in the third period. All right. Sammy Rail on that far corner there. Ryder Shell now giving chase. Big hit there on Ryder. Puck is out of the zone. Sammy Rail sends it around the far wall. Moody picks it up. And Wilcox will have it. Hendricks has to, that should have been offside, but we got away with one there. Wilcox sends it toward the net. Ryder Shell down deep as well. Hendricks there. Wilcox picks it up behind the net. Wilcox looking for anybody to pass to. Wilcox now going to come around to the front. He will wrap around. He will take the shot off the post. I'm not sure how that didn't go in. That's going to be a high stick. They did not call that, but I don't know how that thing did not go in. We're going to have a penalty here. Poor Knox takes an absolute beating every game, but look at that dude gets right back up. And that was a high hit there on 14 for Raleigh. We're going to have a roughing on Raleigh. So Phoenix will go back on the power play. See who Shell is going to send out for this power play for Raleigh. So your power play line is going to be Sells and Real, Cunningham, O'Shaughnessy, and Jackson Spade. The puck being batted around here. Jackson Spade will come out with it. Jackson cuts to his left. He's looking for somebody to get that to in the middle of the ice. Jackson will send it out to his D with Sammy Real. Sammy sends it into the corner to RJ Sells. RJ doing work there. Two Phoenix in that corner there. Lorenzo O'Shaughnessy sends it forward. Oh, RJ, I think, thought their defense would be home and wasn't quite. So we're gonna have a stoppage here. 5:21 to play in the third period. 1:25 to go on this power play. Shaw will check in for this power play. So Shaw and Sells, your defenseman. Shaw and Cunningham, your defenseman. RJ Sells is going to move up the forward. Spade and O'Shaughnessy. Shaw picks it up there. Shaw looking. He'll send it up to RJ Sells. RJ will trying to keep control of that puck, battling there. Shaw will come back with it. Shaw sends it back. Hits RJ in the buttocks. RJ doing work there. Getting that fight, Wyatt. They clear the puck there. Cunningham skates it down. Cunningham picks it up. He'll send it around the wall to Jackson Spade. Jackson picks it. Shaw will pick it up. He'll skate it around. Guys, I don't know if you know this, but we're on the power play. Shaw sends it up to RJ Sells. RJ sends it over to Cunningham. Nice look, RJ. Cunningham sends it in. Pulls on the brakes. Lorenzo O'Shaughnessy doing work in front of the net. Spade out in point. Shot. We have a stoppage here. I'm not really sure what the stoppage is. Net is off. 34 seconds to go on this power play. Really unaffected power play here. So changes here. Looks like Shell is just rolling the normal defensive pairs at this point. So 34 seconds to go on the power play, 4:30 to go in the game. Gong and Egan, your defensemen. Redburn, Cahilo, and Simmons, your forwards. Shot. Ooh, nice look there by Simmons. He tried to tip that in. Wrap around, tip tie. Puck is loose. Gong will get it there. Gong looks. He will send it up to Redburn. Redburn pushes forward. Centers it. Tipped away by Raleigh. 3:57 to play in the third period. 3-1 Phoenix. Centering pass. Good look there. Couldn't quite put a stick on that. Raleigh with the thing. Gong right there to push that puck back out of the zone. And once again, Oscar Gong doing a great job there. Puck sent to the middle there. Chip Egan. Shot. Save there by Kenny. Kenny with the big time save. 3:35 to play in the third period. 3-1 Phoenix. Changes here for your Phoenix. Ryder Shell and Sammy Real. Your defenseman, Dean, McAfee, and I believe that's Owen Midas, your forwards. McAfee gives chase. Nice work there, Teo. Teo will push the puck up. Teo cuts to the middle. Teo with the head of steam. Nice work there by Teo. I got to move the camera. Sorry, I got excited. Teo centers it. Teo still behind the net. He will dump it in there. He's working there. Knocked down by Raleigh. We stay even team, even strength here for both teams. Centers it from Raleigh. Nobody home there, thankfully. Phoenix kind of playing some unexpired hockey here in the last few minutes. See if they can't figure this thing out. Hold on to a lead here. All right, Raleigh looking in. Raleigh there. Dean picks it up. Dean sends it in, and we're in the offensive zone with 2:44 to play in the game. Dean behind the net. He's looking, trying to get something going. Raleigh's all over him. Raleigh gets the puck in the near corner, tipped away there. Ryder Shell able to keep the puck in the offensive zone. Raleigh gets it. He'll skate behind the net, sends it off the wall into the far corner. Back the other way. Ryder Shell thought about going charging after that one, pulled back. No, I did not see that. Colton Dean with the goal there. The pole was in my way for a second, but Colton Dean with the goal. They'll make it 4-1 Phoenix. 4-1 Phoenix here. Colton Dean adds a goal. Nice shot, Colton. Did not see that. I just seen the celebration. All right, so changes for your Phoenix here as we take a 4-1 lead with 2:12 to play in the game. Shaw and Sells. The forwards are going to be Hendricks, Wilcox, and Smoody. Back out to Shaw. Shaw sends it up. Smoody. Cut to the middle. Hendricks. Take the shot, Alex. Oh. Turnover there by Raleigh. Great opportunity by Alex Hendricks there. I think it was tipped away. But Wilcox back looking. Wilcox will take the shot and go. Caleb Wilcox with the goal. 5-1 Phoenix. 1:51 to play in the third period. They must have heard me say they were playing uninspired hockey and decided to score a couple goals. I'm going to say they're playing uninspired hockey at the first of every game. All right, so no changes here for the Phoenix as we are going to skate 5-1 Phoenix. 1:51 to play in the game. All right, tipped away there. RJ Sells gathers that one. RJ with the head of steam. RJ will rip it. Tip tie and out of play. 1:43 to play in the game here. 5-1 Phoenix. Quick shot by RJ, knocked away by the goalie, and that'll knock off about. Clock is running. I'm not sure why the clock is running. I don't know if the coaches decided to make this a running clock or what, but looks like we have a running clock here with a 5-1 lead in the third period. Wilcox into the corner here. Shot. Puck being batted around. All right, so officially a running clock here. Under a minute to go. 5-1 Phoenix. All right, go. So this game is getting ready to wrap up here. Phoenix, barring some kind of catastrophe, will hold on to win this game. Great effort by the boys there. Kind of got a little bit sloppy in the third period, but able to tack on two. They're going to get a win here this afternoon as the clock is winding down with 30 seconds to go. Raleigh is trying to get something going here, see if they can't get a goal here to make it a little more respectable. Up behind the net, Gong there will send it around the wall. 21 seconds left to go in the game. Cunningham will send it up to O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy, who scored the first goal of the game and his second goal of the season, if memory serves. Gong with the head of steam. Gong drives wide. He will wrap around behind the net. 4 seconds left on the clock. Chip Egan loses control of that puck. Raleigh will get this, but nothing going here. Game over. Phoenix win 5-1. Atlanta Phoenix. Good win for the boys here. We'll be back tomorrow morning. I believe we play Raleigh Raptors again tomorrow, so at the same ring. So 5-1 win for your Phoenix. We'll see y'all tomorrow morning. We're going to get some dinner, maybe an adult beverage or 7, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Thank y'all.